Hey guys, my name is Megan Wright, and I will be covering transactional leadership versus transformational leadership. The definition of a transactional leader is a type of manager that focuses on extrinsic motivations and rewards. This type of leader thrives on implementing rules, engages in directive behavior, and focuses on goals, not relationships. They typically are successful in task management, and subordinates are typically clear in the expectations set out for them. May believe in the effectiveness of punishment and that it reduces poor employee behavior. A transformational leader is a type of leader or manager that focuses on relationships and enjoys being a role model, while also goal-oriented, has strong focus on inclusion and productivity. These types of leaders will mentor subordinates and look forward to developing their strengths and skills. They also value innovation, group work, and group decision making. Transformational leaders inspire and motivate workers, foster personal and professional growth, promote creativity, innovation, and passion, and can be high in emotional intelligence. They have clear vision that incorporates diversity in the workplace and focus on strengths and skills of subordinates. Transactional leaders use rewards that can motivate some employees. They have a clear vision of rules, expectations, and goals, provide structure, set achievable goals, are typically successful at achieving time-sensitive goals, and their structure provides work environments that place an emphasis on accountability. My case study involves Andrea and Bernard. Andrea is the CEO of a small successful company recently purchased by an investment firm who has set a goal to sell the company in the next 2 years. Bernard is a newly hired COO who was not only brought on to facilitate the sale of the company, but also sell it for profit. Since Bernard was hired, Andrea has exhibited a transactional management style, often referred to as tyrannical and aggressive. She does not value interpersonal relationships at work, and it shows. She has a very hard time connecting with employees and does not feel she is responsible for their motivation, as in her eyes they are rewarded or paid for their job performance. This is very difficult for Bernard, as he is a firm believer in transformational managerial style. He wants to not only grow the company, but sees value in the development of his employees and wants to see them grow and flourish whether inside this company or not. He often relates his management style to the reciprocity rule. If we value their job satisfaction, they will have more loyalty and motivation to us as leaders as well as the company. Andrea and Bernard are constantly at odds over how to deal with subordinates. Because Andrea is the CEO, she leaves little room for compromise, which irritates Bernard, and he himself is dealing with job burnout and workplace stress as he navigates how to deal with Andrea. He often avoids Andrea, which only exacerbates the situation. As Bernard reaches his 6-month mark of employment, he ponders how to connect with Andrea to create a better work environment that facilitates a positive workplace culture. According to the book, the pros of transactional leaders are they provide exchange processes that some employees are motivated by. Transactional leaders are associated with leader effectiveness. They have a strong correlation between this type of leadership and task orientation and fulfillment. These types of leaders are usually effective in very unfavorable or favorable situations, and they have reward power over subordinates. Cons is that they lack a focus on interpersonal relationships. They typically use punishment that can be ineffective. This type of leadership may come off as abrasive and lessen job satisfaction among subordinates. They may not facilitate leader-member exchange, and they may have power to institute sanctions if employee isn't liked. According to the book and meta-analysis, transformational leaders have moderately higher success in work groups. They have followers who are more satisfied than other types of leaders. There is instruments that measure success of these types of leaders, such as the MLQ, success in training future leaders. The cons are these types of leaders, when inauthentic, can lead to unethical practices. More research needed to distinguish ethics for these types of leaders. In empirical research about leadership styles, work engagement, and outcomes among information and communications technology professionals, a cross-national study between South Korea and Ethiopia, a hypothesis was made that both types of leadership will be beneficial in work engagement, innovation, and task performance. Through cross-national self-reported questionnaires addressing leadership style, work engagement, and task performance, and employee innovation, the results were that transformational leaders have a positive influence on work engagement and innovation. Transactional leaders have a positive influence on task performance. For future studies, it is discussed that longitudinal research to determine causality is needed. Personal solutions for Bernard. Have one-on-one meeting with Andrea to avoid passive-aggressive behavior. Create a coalition of power between he and Andrea to combine a united management style that can appeal to all and any subordinates. Discuss with Andrea the deep need, want for job satisfaction among subordinates and the correlation between job satisfaction and job performance. Revise job analysis for all jobs at the organization. This will allow for Andrea and Bernard to stay united and understand the expectations placed on subordinates. Discuss the theory behind employee empowerment and the positive effects it can have on an organization and their employees. Personal solutions for Andrea. To build relationships, yet maintain her transactional leadership, she can give praise to the tasks completed by subordinates. Create tasks that involved intellectual stimulation during meetings. This would include brainstorming on how to create more business and allow for innovativeness of subordinates. Attend leadership training focused on behavioral theories. Develop community building skills. Create a space where shared leadership in appropriate situations is earned among subordinates that can provide an inclusive environment. Possible solutions for the organization. Have both leaders attend training together to open dialogue with past leadership experiences to try and understand why each believes in the leadership styles they do. Conduct anonymous surveys of subordinates asking how and why they prefer to be led. This will allow both leaders to view the data and help make the needed changes in their leadership. Introduce and agree on common goals that incorporate both styles of leadership. Meet and agree on situations where autocratic, consultative, democratic, and consensus decision-making can be exercised. Have both parties educated on different forms of leadership and leadership theories, and compromise on leadership goals to attain the workplace culture desired by both parties.